Goldwing rider, a shadowy flight into the dangerous world of a man who does not exist, a young loner on a crusade to champion the cause of the innocent, the helpless, the powerless, who is fearless in a world of reckless automobiles. These are Caliente Motovlogs.
For the new 2025 Honda Goldwing, in my opinion, my prediction is that the changes will be a different color scheme and the 50th year anniversary badges. In my personal opinion, I believe that that will be the only changes that Honda will make for the new 2025 upcoming Honda Goldwing. And I also believe that we will get confirmation around the end of October, around the middle to the end of October. So we are getting close to the end of September. I figure about another 4 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks, which puts it around the middle of October to the very end of October. I think we're gonna get an insight from Honda on what to expect for the 2025 upcoming Honda Goldwing. And it is my prediction, once again, it's not scientific, it's not any information that I've heard through the grapevine, it's not something that I read in a magazine, it's not something that I've heard by other content creators. It's just my prediction. And I believe that Honda will change the color scheme, and I believe they will add the 50th year anniversary badges for the new style Honda Goldwing. I believe that that will be the only changes to the new style Honda Goldwing. Now, could I be incorrect? It's possible. Could I be totally missing the mark? There's a probability. But once again, it is my prediction. And it's unscientific that the only changes that I believe that Honda will make will change the color scheme and to add the 50th year anniversary badges, because this is the 50th year of the Honda Goldwing. I could be incorrect. As my mother used to say, I could be wrong as two left shoes. Who out there wears two left shoes? But I could be wrong as two left shoes. So it's very possible that there may be some additional changes to the new style Honda Goldwing. Well, like what? Well, I'm glad you asked. Honda could make a electric Honda Goldwing. It's possible. Honda could make a hydrogen powered Honda Goldwing. It's possible. It's possible that Honda could discontinue the Honda Goldwing. It's possible. So there's a lot of different possibilities. But in my personal opinion, I believe that Honda will change the color scheme, and I believe they will add the 50th year anniversary badges. But as it relates to the Honda Goldwing, I don't think Honda's going to make any changes. But we just have to wait and see. And I believe that we're going to find out here in about 3 to 4 weeks. So all of these images that you're seeing on YouTube and all of this stuff that you're seeing online, it's fake. Fake news. You know, people want to draw traffic to their channel, so they'll put this stuff out here and watch you guys eat it up. Start paying close attention around the middle of October to the very end of October, and you probably will see Honda release what the new 2025 Honda Goldwing will have. Now, there's a lot of you out there watching my videos saying Honda need to bring back the big body Goldwing. I totally agree with you. There's a lot of you out there that's saying Honda need to make these changes and Honda need to make those changes, and you know, I can relate. I can understand. I agree with you. But I just believe that Honda's not going to make any changes. So we have to wait for about another 3 to 4 weeks to find out for sure. Am I correct? Or am I incorrect? If you guys are watching this video and you haven't subscribed to the channel, please take the opportunity to click that subscribe button. I have over 1,500 videos out there on YouTube, more YouTube videos than any other Goldwing content creator. Click that subscribe button. There is no reasons why my channel shouldn't have 100,000 subscribers. And if you want to support the Caliente YouTube channel, click the thanks button. Make a small donation. And also comment on this video. Your comment just may help someone. Now, let's get into what I would like to see on a new style Honda Goldwing. Well, what would you like to see, Chris? Well, I'm glad you asked. In my personal opinion, there's a lot of things that Honda could do to make the new Honda Goldwing better. You know, again, we can make the fairing bigger. I think that would be a great idea. As a matter of fact, I think Honda should make 2 different Honda Goldwings. I think they should make a bigger Honda Goldwing for the big guys, and they should make a smaller Honda Goldwing for the smaller guys. How about that? You know, you can't please everybody, but let's get 2 Honda Goldwings. A big body Honda Goldwing and the regular size new style Honda Goldwing like what I'm riding here today. Because there's a lot of riders out there. Honda, if you're watching this video, there's a lot of riders out there would prefer to see a big Honda Goldwing. There's a lot of guys out there that jumped on Harleys. They jumped on different touring manufacturers' motorcycles, all because Honda made the Honda Goldwing smaller. Now, in my personal opinion, I think it's really kind of perfect. I'll get into that in a minute. I think the size of the Honda Goldwing is perfect in my opinion. But coming off of a big Honda Goldwing, knowing a lot of motorcycle riders that I've met all over the United States of America, I think most riders would agree with me that they would rather see a big style Honda Goldwing with bigger fairings. I think most riders would agree with me. What other changes would you like to see on a bigger Honda Goldwing, Chris? Well, I'm glad you asked. I just think that the bike needs to be upscale from the current size. It needs to be made bigger. I think the bike should have bigger mirrors standard on the new style Honda Goldwing. I don't think you should have to go out and purchase aftermarket mirrors because Honda dropped the ball on giving you smaller mirrors that you can't really see out of that well. So shouts out to Gold Strike for stepping up to the plate and creating the bigger style mirrors for this Honda Goldwing, and I absolutely love them. If you guys missed a video on how I installed the big mirrors, the Gold Strike Panavista extended convex mirrors, I want you to click on that link in the top corner. And it'll show you step by step on how to install the bigger mirrors. Real quick, as it relates to the Gold Strike mirrors, the mirrors that have the sequential turn signals, you have to remove the mirrors off of the Honda Goldwing to install them. But the Gold Strike mirrors that do not have these sequential turn signals, you do not have to remove the mirrors. And the good thing about it, you can't tell the mirrors apart. So if you want to get the mirrors that don't have the sequential turn signals, it would be a lot easier to install than the mirrors with the sequential turn signals because they both look alike. But back to the Honda Goldwing changes that I think Honda should make. I think Honda should upgrade the audio system on the Honda Goldwing. Why should a rider pay $30,000 for a touring motorcycle just for the radio to sound like a transistor radio going down the highway. That is ridiculous. That is absurd. Now, for me, it's not really that big of a deal because when I'm riding, most of the times I'm recording. It really depends on how you use your Goldwing, but in my personal opinion, when I'm ready to listen to music, I want to jam. And I think most riders would agree with me that the the audio on the new style Honda Goldwing does not sound very good for the amount of money that you actually spent for a touring motorcycle. Hello, somebody. Can I get an amen? So Honda, if you're watching this video, you need to upgrade the audio system. You need to upgrade the speakers. I would also like to see a full digital touchscreen dash. Full digital touchscreen dash. You know, the Honda Goldwing kind of have a mixture of analog and digital. I think Honda should just make a totally digital dash. I love the Apple CarPlay. I love the Android Auto. But how about a touchscreen dash? There's a lot of bikes out here that has touchscreen. Even the Honda African Twin has touchscreen. So why does the flagship Honda Goldwing does not have touchscreen? For the life of me, I can't figure that out. So it's little things like that that I believe that Honda could make changes and make the bike better. Bigger fairing on the front. Maybe some wind deflectors. A digital dash, as I said. An upgraded audio system. How about bigger saddlebags? How about bigger saddlebags? You know, when you're like me and you're pulling a trailer, it's not really that big of a deal. You know, I'm pulling my Can-Am, correction, I'm pulling my Escapade trailer. I almost said Can-Am. But I'm pulling my Escapade trailer. So really, having small saddlebags is really not that big of a deal. But how many guys out there are really pulling trailers? I would say majority of the riders are not pulling trailers. So the only compartments that they have is the trunk and the saddlebags. So Honda, if you're watching this video, how about making some bigger saddlebags? And I have another one for you, Honda. How about a more comfortable seat? Hello, somebody. You know, when you go out and purchase your Honda Goldwing and you spend $30,000 in excess, you shouldn't have to go out and spend $2,000 on a custom seat. It should already come standard on the Honda Goldwing. The custom seat that I installed on my Honda Goldwing is the ultimate seat. I really, really love it. It's comfortable. I can ride it for hours and hours and hours. I can ride a long time comfortable on my ultimate seat. So there's different seat manufacturers out there. You got Hearthco seats. You got Russell Daylong seats. You got Mustang seats. You got ultimate seats. Can anybody that's watching this video think of another seat manufacturer? There are some of you out there just taking your stock seat and having it re-padded. You're having it re-upholstered. But you shouldn't have to go out and spend $1,000 or $2,000 on a seat after you done spent $30,000 on the motorcycle. It just doesn't make sense. So I think Honda should give you a better seat standard. What else, Chris, do you think Honda should do to the new style Honda Goldwing? I think that they should give you additional USB power ports. You shouldn't have to purchase a power port. Yeah, you could take your phone and plug it into the connector and it'll charge your phone. But I think that power port should just come standard on the Honda Goldwing. You know, that's one of the things that I end up doing on my Honda Goldwing. I had to personalize my bike. If you guys been keeping up with my channel, I done so much to this Honda Goldwing. In my personal opinion, right now my Honda Goldwing is perfect. I'm not complaining, I'm just explaining. I'm not complaining, I'm just explaining. My Honda Goldwing is perfect. But for the average person that goes out and buy a new Honda Goldwing, they shouldn't have to go out and spend another $20,000 on accessories after they don't spend $30,000 on the bike. It just doesn't make sense. Make it make sense. So Honda, if you're watching this video, the rider needs a standard seat that's comfortable. They shouldn't have to go out and buy an additional seat just to be comfortable and make, just to be comfortable to make a long distance trip. It's not really necessary. What else do I think Honda need to make? Changes that Honda need to make. I think Honda should come standard. The Honda Goldwing should come standard with a digital voltage gauge. A digital voltage gauge. When I first purchased my Honda Goldwing, if you guys been keeping up with the channel, I started having some battery issues. And I said, well, let me verify that my alternator is charging. So I went through the menu and tried to verify that my alternator was charging. And I discovered that there is no voltage gauge. What sense does that make? Every motorcycle manufacturer out there that makes a big touring motorcycle has a voltage gauge on the bike. The Harley Davidson's has a voltage gauge. The BMW has a voltage gauge. The Can-Am Spyder has a voltage gauge. The Yamaha Royal Venture has a voltage gauge. But why did Honda not put a voltage gauge standard on their flagship motorcycle that has an alternator? Every automobile, every truck, every car on the road has an alternator under the hood. And what's the purpose of an alternator? To provide electrical power to the vehicle, and it charges the battery. But why does the bike not have a battery voltage gauge? You should be able to verify that your alternator is charging in real time. You shouldn't have to add an aftermarket voltage gauge like I've done. If you guys missed a video on me installing the aftermarket voltage gauge, click on the link and it'll walk you through how I actually discovered and put on a battery voltage gauge. As a matter of fact, there's another content creator out there. He saw me put on my battery voltage gauge. He put a battery voltage gauge on his Honda Goldwing, and he had his Honda Goldwing 3 years before I had my Goldwing. You'll be surprised that people come over to my channel, take my ideas back over to their channel and make themselves look like a hero. We're not going to talk about that here in this video, but it happens. And you guys need to start calling these guys out that does that. Not that some content would not overlap, but coming over to the channel just to steal ideas to go back to your channel to make yourself look like a winner, it's not right. But I discovered that the Honda Goldwing didn't have a voltage gauge. I installed the voltage gauge so I can see my alternator charging in real time. Right now I'm having I got 14.3 volts that the bike is providing via the alternator. So I know that the alternator is putting out voltage, and I know that the battery is being charged. So Honda, if you're watching this video, a battery voltage gauge should be standard on the Honda Goldwing. So it's little things like that that I feel that will make the bike better. We talked about the dashboard. It needs to be digital. We talked about a larger fairing. It needs to be bigger. Wind deflectors. I also feel that the Honda Goldwing should come standard with rider floorboards. You shouldn't have to take off highway pegs or take off the pegs that are on the bike just to install floorboards. On a touring motorcycle, floorboards should be standard. Again, I'm not complaining, I'm just explaining. I'm just letting you guys know what I think that the new Honda Goldwing needs. Now, everything that I'm talking about here in this video, I installed it on my bike. I put the battery voltage gauge. I put the rider and passenger floorboards on the bike. I put the larger mirrors on the bike. I put the larger windshield on the bike. So it's things like that, like adding a custom seat that I've done to the bike that makes this Honda Goldwing, in my opinion, pretty much perfect. But I really feel that Honda should do a lot of those things standard, as standard equipment. Bigger saddlebags. Like I said, if you got a trailer, it's not a big deal. But if you guys do not have a trailer, I think your saddlebags need to be bigger. That's why I said, in my opinion, Honda needs to make 2 Honda Goldwings, a bigger and a smaller. A bigger size, a smaller size. The bigger size for the big guys, the smaller bike for the smaller guys, and maybe some ladies too. You know, give a rider some variety. Just upscale the bike. So it's things like that that I feel would be great changes for the Honda Goldwing. Bigger mirrors, an upgraded audio system, a better seat on the Honda Goldwing, larger saddlebags, a digital dashboard, a battery voltage gauge, driver floorboards as standard equipment, wind deflectors, bigger fairings. And I think the Honda Goldwing would be perfect. And I'm probably leaving something out. You know, when I make these videos, I'm not reading off a script. I'm not reading off a paper. I'm just shooting from the hip. So with that being said, I want all of my viewers that are watching this video, I want you to chime in on this video. Chime in and let me know what are some of the changes that you would like to see to the new style Honda Goldwing. I've always said you never know who's watching Caliente videos. Who knows? Honda might be watching this video. So chime in on the video, drop a comment. I want everybody to chime in and let me know what changes would you like to see to the new style Honda Goldwing. Maybe there's something that I forgot to mention. But my prediction for the upcoming 2025 Honda Goldwing should be coming out in about 3 to 4 weeks. That puts it around the middle to the end of October. And we're gonna see exactly what the Honda Goldwing looks like, in my opinion. And I also feel that the only changes that the Honda Goldwing will have is a different color scheme and 50th anniversary badges. But outside of that, I don't see Honda making any changes. The bike is really perfect. But I think if Honda made some of those changes that I mentioned, it would make the bike more gooder. More better? No, more gooder. G-O-O-D-E-R, gooder. That's the word of the day. So I'm not going to take up any more of your time. If you guys have any questions or any concerns, be sure to put it down in the comment section below. If you like the video, be sure to click the like button. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the YouTube channel. This is your boy Chris, out on the Goldwing. Out on the Goldwing. And I will, as always, I will talk to you guys later. Deuces. Deuces.